Hello everybody, welcome to Turffontein's race meeting. We're doing this Friday morning. Betway's Way to Win. Friday morning bright and early. We got some betting and all of that stuff for you, as well as all the analysed form, because Daryl Marie will join me in the studio. And of course, we fingers crossed that we can get through to this meeting in terms of the weather. We don't know about whether it's going to rain or not. Don't forget about scanning away. Get your Betway account open if you haven't already done so. If you haven't, you're missing out on a lot. Please do join the Betway team. We'd love to have you with us and have a lot of fun. Don't forget that in terms of the Wolf Power, which is coming up, race 4, the Mother Russia Stakes race 5, and we've got the Green Light Stakes race 6. Those are our feature races on Saturday afternoon. We're starting up with the second race on the card, so let's get straight into the action with race 2. And good to have Daryl Marie with us here this morning. And
how are you doing, Clark?
All in good spirits?
Yeah, fantastic.
I mean, this is like picking plums for you. This
I'm
card,
really
it
looking
looks
forward to this meeting. We've been starved of a couple of meetings recently, so I look forward to Saturday. I must thank Candice Dawson, Clyde, for her comments in the front of the computer form. Number 7, Desert Cloud, doing very well at home.
I read that.
Should run well.
Yeah.
How positive is that comment?
Excellent. I hope it wins for her now.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yes.
I don't think she's got a draw in, a draw in her favour. She's drawn towards the inside, but wouldn't read too much into that. Obviously, she ran second on debut, and that filly that beat her came out and ran second in a Grade 2, the Grade 2 debutante. So I think she's got a lot of scope for improvement. She does form part of my play, number 7, Desert Cloud. I've also included number 1. Now, her previous form lines aren't really that strong. Her latest form line will prove to be very strong, but I think she's much better than that effort, because you know why? She showed pace in her first couple of starts, but with the blinkers, they tried to tuck her in. That didn't work out for her. So expect improvements on her behalf. And then I'll put number 8, the current favorite. What is that? Flight of a Condor.
Yeah.
Found 1 to good in both her starts to date. That form line has been franked with Pretty Precious winning from there. Comes back in distance. I don't think that will be a negative, because she does show pace. If you want to go wider, have a look at the first time, a World Tour. She's a half sister to Sheila, the very well
Beautifully bred,
performed Sheila. And you know what? Funny enough, Clyde, her younger sister won last week at Kenilworth as a juvenile.
Okay.
That's Wild Green. Yeah, so I've gone 1, 7, and 8. I think it's enough.
Okay, well, let's get bipods on. Here we go. 1, 7, 8 by 3, 6 by 2, 8, 9, 10 by banker 4 by 3 and 6 by 5, 6, 9 and 10. Welcome back, everybody. Time now for race number 3 on the card. Place accumulators. It's a handicap and it's over 1,000 meters. Friday morning, bright and early, we had that horse Johnny Appleseed, number 6, top of the board, 17 to 10. 3 Yamadori, 33 to 10. 5 King of Venus is at 9 to 2. And number 1 on the card, Karangatang, is at 11 to 2. You can get 10 to 1 about Kindred Heart and perhaps 12 to 1 and better about the others. So let's talk to Daryl about it now and find out where he's thinking or what he's thinking in race number 3. I've been liking the way Yamadori's been running lately. Now they've booked the services at Gavin Larena.
Yes. You know, his first run on the half-veld, he caught the eye. Remember, he was staying on slightly towards the inside under Trent Mayhew. Now, on that run, he's 2 kilograms better. Excuse me, Clyde. Excuse me. Better off with Karangatang.
Yes.
And then on the latest encounter, he's 2.5 kilograms better off with Karangatang.
Right.
So one has to believe he's going to reverse the form with Karangatang. He's my second choice. Now, my top pick has to be Johnny Appleseed, number 6. Yes, he did pick up a hefty penalty for his latest win, but he thrashed his opposition on that occasion.
Yeah.
Since day one, he came to the track with a huge reputation, the son of Admiral Kitten, and he's been somewhat disappointing. I don't think he's lived up to the connection's expectations. But in his last start, he led and he finished that race off right to the wire.
Right.
If you have a look, Clyde, on the same day, a horse called Raven Black, who's touted a computer form sprint
Horse.
Yeah, live wire.
Mm.
Time was a neck quicker, but he was carrying half a kilogram more than Raven Black. So his time was very, very quick. Yes, Raven Black was returning from a level, but Raven Black's highly regarded and a top sort. So you have to believe that Johnny Appleseed, the penny has finally dropped for him. And I think he's more relaxed in his races now. So I'm going to follow him. Just from what the stables thought or think of him, you have to believe there's more to come. So
Roll with the punches?
six from 3. No, roll with the punches. He's scratched. He's out for next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's out for next week. All right, great. So 3 and 6 by 9 and 10 by 4, by 3 and 6 by 9 and 10 by 2 and 5 by 2 and 5. That's the place accumulator for Saturday meet, 64 Rand. Okay, so let's hope we can get the Wolf Power up and running now, and this over the 1600 meters. Race was meant to run in the course of the week or thereabouts. Now, hopefully Saturday, and we'll see how that all plays out. Now, what's the betting looking like on a Friday morning? A few days later, Pomodora's Jet 28 to 10 favourite. Number 8 Truth is the second choice, priced up 3 to 1. 1 Texas Red is 9 to 2, and number 7 Storm Brasco is priced up at 9 to 2. They bet 7 to 1 and better about the balance. Now, we have spoken about this race before, Daryl and myself, obviously. I just want to find out if any of your thoughts have changed.
No, not
So
whatsoever.
just refresh everyone's memory. What
My
you
value
like.
in the race is number 9, Chestnut Bomber. Last time out in the Dingons, he stayed on all the way to the line. He was out of his ground from a tricky draw. Well drawn today or tomorrow at Turffontein. Neat weight. A lot is in his favour, and I expect him to race closer to the pace this time round. Lovely sort, improving on the upgrade. 12 to 1, I think a nice each way bet.
Yeah.
I do believe he'll finish in the money. Also value about number 10 in my mind, Command Pilot. He's had 3 starts since being Gelder, Clyde. He only fluffed his lines once, and that was his second run after layoff with the cheek pieces. They were removed immediately thereafter. Runaway Victor last time out on the upgrade. Yes, respect for Storm Brasco and Truth. Now, Truth, I believe he's better than his last starts. He challenged a long way from home last time out. They went very quick up front. The specialist fell away to nothing. I think he was beaten double digits.
Yeah.
And Truth stayed on despite that. 1.5 kilos better off. However, it is going to be a testing mile. And if he over races, it's not going to do him any favors. I expect him to reverse the form with Storm Brasco. And then, yes, Pomodora's Jet, the current joint favorite. 2 prep runs. Runaway Victor in the WSB Grand Heritage. Picked up a hefty penalty up to 105. Not going to be an easy task, but he's a lovely sort. Very, very consistent. Like I said, for my money, the value in number 9, Chestnut Bomber.
And the stable's well at the moment, 2 Pomodora's Jet. Chestnut Bomber, well, we'll see. You know, I think they're all on the same playing fields. You know, you haven't been able to work for a week with waterlogged tracks and training tracks, etc. So it's a much of a muchness, really. As a punter, you've got to make up your mind as to which is the best way to go. As you can see, no blanks in the pick 6 there. 16-20 is the play. Betway Weighted to Win brings you race 5, and it's the Betway Mother Russia Stakes. Over 1,400 metres. We should run hopefully at around 20 past 2 or thereabouts. Best rated horse in the race is number 1 Vulcanite, well ahead of the rest in terms of ratings. And in the market, she's priced up at 5 to 2 on the Friday morning. Number 3 Miss Leah, 28 to 10. 4 Selena Peninsula, 4 to 1. And 5 to 1 about number 6. Is it? Yeah, Sonic Jet, 5 to 1. 7 to 1 and better about the balance. Now, last time you and I spoke about this, I was keen on Miss Leah and you were keen on Selena Peninsula, right?
Nothing's changed.
Still the
I
same?
do believe she's going to reverse the form. What does Gary John like to say in my eyes? I
Yes.
believe she's going to reverse the form.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a kilogram better off, and I just think the way the race is going to pan out for her is going to be ideal. You've got some pace over here in Vulcanite and Sonic Jet, who I believe is going to push forward from a tricky draw, and that should allow Selino to get the run of the race. Coco Melon, at this stage of her career, it looks like she's a little bit lackluster in the early stages. And I think Selena will get ahead of her on the rail. I like the way she was staying on in her last start, Selena. Yes, she did pick up a penalty for that, but she's a lovely, well-bred filly who's on the upgrade. So she's my number one pick of year. Like you said, at the weights, Vulcanite's the horse to beat. I mean, she's slung in of year. However, she did earn a rating of her further, and she's coming back in trip after 3 months. She may well fresh. Nice filly. Looks like she's got a bright future ahead of her. But I think there are a few negatives. Then you've got, like I said, Coco Melon. I hope she can hold a position from Stallgate number 1, because last time what was it, in the Fillies Mile?
Yep.
She was hopelessly out of her ground. Yes, she did have a poor draw to contend with on that occasion, but she didn't quite show any pace. And at this stage, she's doing her best work late. So I think she will be staying on. I think she won't disgrace herself. But like I said, the way I read this race, Seleno is going to be my number 1 choice.
Okay. It's a softer track now, so make a note of that. The track's not going to be easy out there today. So jackpot's 147 by 136 by 56910 by 235. Okay, you're back with us. Welcome, everybody. Hope it's been a good one. We move on to our next race where Greatrix comes up, and the Betway got the green light stakes over 1,400 metres. And, Michael de Kock, when they asked him the question about Greatrix as to what he's doing and how he's recovered after being a bit distressed in his last start, he's doing well. And personally, I think over the 14, he's going to be a very hard horse to beat. He's 9 to 10 on Friday morning. 1 Cosmic Speed is 7 to 2. 2 Fire Attack is 7 to 2. And 6 to 1 about number 6 Musical Score from a stable that's in very good form as well. I thought Greatrix, I forgive him for his last start. I mean, yeah, he went hard as we saw. He was really pushing it up the hill. And to maintain that sort of speed, no matter how good you are, not easy to do. And you wouldn't mind quid pro quo in your CV, would you?
Absolutely. But Clyde, strictly on paper, many are going to say, Fire Attack finished ahead of him. And at the weights, there shouldn't be much separating the two of them. But like you touched on, Mr. de Kock did say Greatrix went too hard up front over a mile. Coming back to the 1400, 2 kg swing in his favour. One has to believe that Greatrix is going to reverse the form, especially with Fire Attack's draw. His tricky draw to contend with. He got into a neat position last time out. Diego's going to have his work cut out to get into a striking position. I don't know if they're going to drop him out or what they're going to do or play it by ear, but he is going to need some luck in running.
Yeah. And Diego knows him well, Diego. I mean, he won on him before.
Yes, Diego knows him well.
Yeah.
But actually, both his wins were with Diego. But he's going to need some luck, whereas Greatrix is going to push forward. And one has to believe he's going to reverse that form. Then you've got Musical Score, who's highly, highly regarded. And he skipped the Dingon, so I wouldn't read too much into the fact that he's out of the weights because he's relatively unexposed. I liked his effort in his penultimate start. He finished alongside Fire Attack on that occasion. Fire Attack did have excuses, but last time out he beat Fire Attack fair and square. But then Fire Attack was having his second run after love. So I don't know what to read into that, but I do give Musical Score a chance of year. The best weighted, Cosmic Speed, I've got my doubts. 1400 on a testing track from a wide draw. I think they're going to give him a chance and he could be running on. He was slung in last time out. He was expected to win. He's well weighted, yeah, but testing 1400 on the stand side track, I'm a little bit skeptical. So I'm going 3 from 6.
Okay. Greatrix is what we're looking forward to watching. And Musical Score, Daryl says, may well run in the money. So take that swinger, 3 and 6. All right, let's go on to race 7. This is a Pinnacle and it's over 1160 metres. In a Pinnacle, you'll have a look at the weights and see where you stand. And horses like Chasing Happiness, Just Be Lacquer, Give Me a Shot and Quantum Theory are right up there from that perspective. Market-wise, let's see what Betway are doing on Friday morning. They've got Mount Pilatus as the 28-10 favourite. Number 6, Chasing Happiness, is the second choice at 7-2. Number 8, Just Be Lacquer, is priced up 9-2. And 11-2 about number 1, Barbaresco. If you like a bit of number 2, I Am Giant, it's 8-1. And you can get some 10-1 about number 10, Taxi to the Moon. 10s and better the balance, Mr. Marie. Tough race. Second leg, first leg of the second jackpot. So perhaps there's an opportunity to get some money, what appears to be quite tricky from here on out.
10-1 Taxi to the Moon.
You want some?
What
too
price?
short?
Danton from Santon for the boys from Benoni. What price?
Danton from Santon from Benoni, 14-1.
Sure, Clyde. I don't understand how they can be so big in the market. Are they chanceless? Taxi
No,
to
they're
the
certainly
Moon.
not.
He's a lovely 3-year-old carrying 50 kgs. You need to watch his last start, Clyde. Please go on and watch it now.
Okay,
while I chat. When he ran 5th to Pistol Pete, have a look going through the 400 or the 300. It looked like he was fading away. Caden Brewer switched the whip and he found a second breath. He was staying on stoutly in the latter stages. Course and distance ideal. 50 kgs to shoulder. A lot of people say weight doesn't count in a sprint, but I believe it does. I think he's way overpriced. Number 10, Taxi to the Moon. Then you got Danton from Santon, returning from a layoff last time out, also in the Betway Labello, beaten by Taxi to the Moon, but fitter, 1160, carrying 50 kgs. He's a lovely horse, this Clyde. He's better than his last 2 starts. So I think they're overpriced. Yes, the best weighted in the race is number 6, Chasing Happiness. Lovely win last time out. Yes, we saw, what was it, White Pearl come out and win the Ipitombi, I think it was. So the form line has been franked. She takes on Open Company. She's got 52.5 to shoulder. Well drawn, gonna strip fitter. Lots in her favor because she's improving. I'll give her a chance. But I don't think those horses deserve to be as big as what they are. And then you've got Mount Pilatus. His 2 runs since being rested or returning from a rest have been outstanding. He has to go into the play. Excuse me. I like his chances. I wouldn't read too much into the Pistol Pete being the line horse, because last time out when he beat him, that was over 1160, and Pistol Pete's not an 1160 horse. So, like I said, for me the value in the race, numbers 9 and 10.
Best dressed in the race. You know who's the best dressed in the race?
Best dressed over here?
Best dressed.
Stinky Poey. Who's that?
Sava Savi.
Okay.
Danton from Santon.
Great.
Yes. Right, jackpot 5, 6, 9, 10 by 235, by 235, by 235. How's that? Okay, welcome back. This is a pinnacle over 2,000 meters, and from best weighted column perspective, there's nothing in it between None Other and Red Maple. They both at 112s in that particular column. Betway's market's got Red Maple as the 18-10 favourite, number 5 on the card. Second choice, number 8, Explosive Bond at 33-10. And here's where None Other comes in, number 2. Both in the colours of Mary Slack, 9-2, Red Maple and None Other. Funny Player, number 3 is the next best, and that's priced up at 9-2 on Friday morning. And you can get 8-1 about the balance of the race. Okay, Mr. Marie, you take us through it.
Yes.
Lead the way.
A little bit surprised to see Red Maple as short as what she is. Clyde, she was the recipient of a fantastic ride last time out. I mean, Sereno rode her with patience. He timed it to perfection. And things just fell out perfectly for her in running. They went hard up front and he just bided his time on her. Yes, she's got an outstanding chance. She comes into this race joint best weighted. But one has to say, and I'm glad to see Mr. Pandaram and Lorenzo Karim have given Caden Brewer another chance, because things didn't work out well for him last time out. I don't think it was a great ride. He came out slow. He tried to pick up the bits, maybe to keep the horse in contention, and then around the bend, he was just looping them. I think he's better than that effort. So I wouldn't read too much into the fact that he's held on paper, because you just have to believe that things were in pear-shaped in running for Funny Player. So I don't think there is going to be much separating the two of them. Then you've got Explosive Bond, who has earned a rating over much further. Yes, I didn't fancy her chances last time out because she's a very small filly and she had a lot of mass to shoulder. So she ran somewhat disappointing, but I don't think she's a 2,000 meter filly. She can be thereabouts, but I'm not a fan of her chances. I think there's a lot of value here in number 5, the mare, none other. Now, she's had
Number
3
5, Red
runs.
Maple, or
Sorry, number 2, none other.
2, none other.
I
Okay.
saw 5-1 about her. She's had 3 runs since being rested. 2 of them has been very, very encouraging. Her penultimate start, you can just see is not her, Clyde. Put a line through that. It was, I mean, for her to get beaten that distance, she had an off day. Last time I Clyde in the Epitombi, that was a lovely, lovely effort. Number 1, it was a strong field. And number 2, she's not a miler. And that shows me there's still life in the tank over here for her. Comes into this race well weighted. Gavin's now aboard. Going to get a lot of confidence because I think there's a few jockeys riding with as much confidence as Gavin at the moment.
Yeah, he's riding very
And I
well.
wish Marco a speedy recovery. And he knows her. But Gavin is a more than capable substitute. And I think at 5-1, there's no doubt in my mind she's the value. I think you will get a run for your money.
Okay, none other. Not 5-1 anymore, Daryl. 9-2 now. And that's the outright win from Daryl Marie's perspective. And so use it. Do what you need to do with it. None other might be the right one. Okay, guys, welcome back. Let's have a look at race number 9 now, and a handicap. It's over the 1,400 meters. Should run at around 22. Friday morning, top of the boards, 2-1, number 5, Simric for Johan Janssen van Vieren. 3, Radicchio is the second favourite at 9-2. 5-1 about number 2, Silver Tudor. And 4, the Africa House is priced up at 7-1. 8-1 and bet to the others. Can we go all in Simric or what?
Clyde, if the track was firm, I'd say this is a 5-star bet.
Okay.
But the fact that he's stepping up in trip and he still has to prove that he gets it, and now it's a more testing surface, puts some doubt in my mind. But if it was a fast-running track, I would make Simric very, very hard to beat.
Put your head down.
I know Cosmic Speed was returning from a layoff last time out and he didn't run nowhere to his rating, but strictly on rating, Simric ran above his rating last time out because Cosmic Speed is I think a 116. He's a 101. What is that, 15 pounds or
Well, if Cosmic Speed
7.5 kilograms?
Yes.
And the fact of the matter is Trent also took 1.5 kilos. So Simric ran above his rating.
And if
Now-
Cosmic Speed won earlier, what you going to do with Simric? If you see Cosmic Speed
I'm
runs
still
ahead of Great Tricks, what you going to do?
We have to see what the track,
If he did.
how the track's playing on the day.
Okay.
We can touch on his breeding. His sire, we all know, 1/2,000 meters, Vercingetorix. He's damn 1/1,400. I think he's bar Fortwood.
Yeah.
I think he's crying out for distance. I think he's a lovely, lovely sort. He's got Gavin Storgate 1/1,400. I just wish it was a firmer surface because then I'd really have a dip. But for that reason, I backed him up with number 2, Silver Tudor. Sereno knows him like the back of his hand now. He's having his peak run. He's probably just going to slot him behind Simric, isn't he? Storgate 2. Get the run of the race. I like his chances for Lance Michael. Radicchio didn't quite show the pace that he possesses. Have a look at his wins, Clyde. He's always up on the pace. He runs his best races when he's handy or when he leads, and that wasn't the case last time out. He's going to push forward. He's got fitness on his side, having his third start for Barrent. Far from disgraced last time, Clyde. I mean, the winner was a runaway victor. So you have to believe he's in with a chance. But like I say, Simric's a nice up-and-coming 3-year-old. If he sees out the distance and he settles in running, I expect him to win.
Okay. Well, what more can you say? 235. 235 is the last double. That's what we're doing here. So the right one is Simric. Danger's a Silver Tudor and Radicchio. and take those into the ones right at the back, the 10th race, 235.